Hey everybody, welcome to Kero Blaster. So we're going to take a look at this game. It's the latest game from the person behind Cave Story Pixel, Studio Pixel, and it's a 2D kind of classic styled side-scrolling action game where you run about and you shoot things and you're a frog, and it's all very reminiscent of the Nintendo era, the NES, NES, the very original Nintendo, and it kind of reminds me of stuff like kind of Bucky O'Hare or maybe even the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game on the NES if you've ever played that. One of the hardest games known to man. I actually had probably the hardest underwater level of any game ever made. Anyway, Kero Blaster. Very fun game. It's available on Playism for $7.99 or for $10 with the soundtrack. Probably worthwhile picking up the one with the soundtrack because the soundtrack is amazing. Anyway, we'll go and play the game and we'll see what it's all about. So we pick up the red phone. We're going to use a new game scene. We'll start from the very beginning and we'll kind of look at it from that sense. So, is this your first time? I'm going to say yes just for the sake of the video. I hope you have fun. Thank you. So basically what we're doing is we work for C&F Incorporated, which is Cat and Frog Incorporated. We create teleporters. And these black things, these monsters of some sort, have made their way through into our teleporters for some reason, and we need to just basically show them that we are the boss, and they are not. Now you can see the control system at the bottom. You can use keyboard or you can use gamepad. I'm using gamepad, because it feels the most natural for a game like this. You run about, you jump. You have a selection of weaponry which you can upgrade. You can do like an upward shot, you can jump into upward shots, you can do left shot. Did he hit me? Oh, he's going mental. Okay, he's gone now. So we pick up the red phone. Cat and Frog Incorporated. Words, things, noises. Stuff that I don't understand. Neither does Frog, apparently. Okay, yep, we're getting shouted at. The boss is not oh, she's not happy at all. So the president is angry again, huh? Yeah, definitely. Recently we've had nothing but trouble. Must be getting to her. And getting to me as well, these damn invading monsters from another dimension. Good luck on the job. Okay, certainly. Thank you, Cat. And now, the little pink thing on the left. Exactly, this is his job again. So, there was a free prologue to this game called Pink Hour, which is available on Playism as well. If you go to the link in the description below to buy the game or to look at the game, you'll be able to find the free version of the prologue as well, which is available at that link. His job, huh? Custodial sciences. I have no idea what that means in the real world, but certainly, we're a frog, we've got a gun, and we're hunting enemies. Which is good. So here we go, we start. First things first, music. Best music. It's so good. If you like chiptune stuff and kind of like 8-bit style music, you cannot go wrong with the soundtrack for this game. Anyway, running about, I'm holding down, I've rebound the keys, so I've got the buttons to A to jump, X to shoot, and then I've got my changey weapons as the bumper buttons. You'll see that later on when we get to different weapons. So basically what we're doing is we're running through these levels, killing all the enemies that come by, and yeah, trying to beat the bosses. It's kind of like a very nostalgic kind of game. If you played the Nintendo Entertainment System back like in the 80s when it was a thing, certainly you'll be very familiar with how this kind of works. It's not a terribly difficult game, not by any stretch of the imagination, but it's certainly a very fun game. A couple of things that firstly I found a bit jarring. So when you're shooting, you can't actually change directions, so if you're like trying to like dodge and shoot at the same time, it can be kind of difficult at first because you're like, oh, I'm pressing left and right now, and all I do is like a back step, so you can kind of like strafe almost, which is strange because you would assume that you'd be able to change direction while you're shooting, but no, you have to stop shooting to change direction, which can sometimes lead to unnecessary damage if you're not like conscious of the fact that that's happening. It took me a while to get used to the fact that was happening. Even if you shoot up and you hold the fire button, you can't like change your shooting position, so you need to be careful of what you're doing. But that's really the only kind of downside that I've found to the game. It's just a lot of fun. I'm enjoying it tremendously. I think it's just that nostalgic value that it kind of plays on the old, tugs on the old heartstrings. It reminds me of when I used to play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the Nintendo when I was like a young boy. And I could never, I could never get past the water level. I think I got past it once in my entire time playing it. I should go back to it and see if I'm any better. Probably not, to be honest, but certainly it has that kind of nostalgic vibe, which I enjoy. And we're picking up stuff, so you've probably noticed that we're picking up coins. Coins, we use the currency to upgrade stuff, whether it's upgrading our frogman here. You're gonna just die, please? Thank you. Oh, I did take damage there, but oh, there we go. Okay, very good. So we upgrade weaponry, we upgrade ourselves with various things. Chests hold numerous coins, which we pick up and we'll use, and we'll see where we spend them momentarily. Now, the levels are kind of fairly linear. I've found a couple of secrets here or there. Now, this is one of the major points of the game that I enjoy. So the CF Cat Frog Industries, or Incorporated, or whatever the fuck it's called. We go in here now, we can either spend our coins in weaponry, which we can level up this guy here, which costs 10. So yeah, let's power that up for 10. Very good, and we'll go to the heart place, and I'll buy, so you can get an extra heart container for 12 coins. Heart jar is basically like if you get down to 0 health, it'll instantly replenish all your health up to 4 hearts, so you don't die immediately, and then you've got a 1-up, of course, that's just an extra life. I'll buy just a single heart to get us back up to full health. Very good, and we will leave. Now, with the upgraded blaster, it is more powerful, of course, and you get different weapons as you go through, so as you beat bosses, you get given different weapons and such. Very, very fun. Oh, ho, ho. So this is when this is when it starts to get a bit tricky, because you have to try and juggle firing and shooting and jumping and dodging and all kinds of different things. It doesn't sound difficult, right? It doesn't sound very difficult at all, but let me tell you, it certainly is. From a control standpoint, at least, the game itself isn't terribly difficult. I'd say it's actually a very easy game as far as I can see. I do understand that there's a New Game Plus, so if you do beat the game, you can go back and play it again in New Game Plus. But as it stands, I think the difficulty stems primarily from the fact that I find it difficult to control the frog sometimes. Now, these enemies pop up from the ground. We need to just like kind of aggro them first so we can kill them, grab their stash of coins. This guy, you're coming up as well. Very good. Now, when we get more weapons, we can actually switch between weapons, which can be good for dealing with different types of enemies, especially in the latter stages where you've got different kind of, like, one's like a hotel that you've got to run through, and one's like a kind of swampy area, and you've got things like a bubble gun that shoots bubbles that bobble across the water and things and stuff. All very good. Now, there is a chest under here, which you may say, how do we get that? Now, we just kind of go like this. Yep, easy enough, and give me the stuff. There we go. 22 coins, that could almost get us an extra heart. Or can it? I can't remember. How much did the heart container cost? It was like 25? Maybe? When we get another CF point, so we can go and check out some stuff, we'll go in there and we'll buy some more heart containers. I could use the extra health now, to be honest, as we're about to fight a boss. But yeah, certainly, I really do recommend the game if you enjoy that kind of nostalgic vibe. I mean, compared to Cave Story, it's not quite the same depth of game. It's a more simple affair, but still good nonetheless. You can still tell that it's a pixel game. It has that kind of feel to it. Grab that heart, back to full health, and I believe we have a boss. This shouldn't be tremendously difficult, I hope. So is it the big plant thing? Oh, yep, I think it is. Come on, you rascal. There we go. So we just need to avoid the shots that it fires, and it jumps about. So this boss is fairly easy. It's got fairly easy to avoid patterns. So it's going to do a big jump here. We'll just run over this side for more space. And we're just going to jump and shoot and jump and shoot. The second half of it's got like a secondary attack or a second phase, which is probably about to hit in right now. This one's a bit harder. It shoots quite a few projectiles up into the air that we need to dodge. But hopefully we can get some shots in the meantime. Oh, there we go. And one more barrage and we'll be able to take him out, I think. There we go. Not too difficult at all. And we get a new weapon, which is like a blade shot or something. The fan shot, okay. Features a wide spread, so it's easier to hit enemies, retains its power underwater. Good to know, good information. We may use that on an underwater level. Now that we've got two weapons, we can either use the fan, or I can use the bumper buttons that I've set to, and we can change up to that, depending upon what we're using it against. So you do have different enemy types and different situations where weapons may become useful. I see you, Mr. Red Eyes, over there. There we go, and that's one of our teleporters now, rescued from the black goblin dudes. I don't even know what they are. So, back to the boss. Right, what have we got? Oh, not happy at all. And I've noticed that the cat boss has become quite bigger, and it's now spitting flies. It's also keeping one of those things in a jar with a bow on it, and I never noticed that before. It's got like a black thing in a tank. Man, you are not happy, cat boss. Yeah, let's just go back to work. I like the little pink thing. Still in a bad mood, huh? Yep. Maybe if you finish cleaning up the transport devices, she will cheer up. Here, take this. Ooh, heart jar. So, it automatically replenish 4 hearts when you lose your last heart. So, it's basically like a kind of extra 1-up, but it's instantaneous, so you don't lose your placement. That's what you get for travel allowance. We're next. Place with lots of greenery. So what we'll do, we'll probably do the next level and I'll kind of wrap it up there. Watch it for mosquitoes. Good advice, cat person. No snarky remarks from the pink guy this time. Very good. So the greenery zone. Sounds like a aisle in a supermarket or some shit. But yes, so we've got different things to deal with here. So under here doesn't look like that's got much effect. So I believe, I think that these don't have any effect on the water, but the blaster does. Anyway, these guys need to die. The fan is pretty cool. The fan deals with enemies relatively well. I think because it's got a bigger spread, it does more damage over the... So that does 4. Let's test. So that does 4 damage. Whoop. And... yeah, we've got a fish dude here. So what do? You do 2 damage, whereas you do 2 damage as well. Okay, maybe I'm just a filthy liar. Who knows? I think they do more damage though. The fan seems to be a better choice. It's got a bigger spread to it. What do? You shoot stuff, don't you? Yeah, you do. I think they shoot things that I can't shoot back. So some projectiles you can shoot and destroy, others they just don't. Let's try and shoot this guy underwater and see if it works. Yeah, it seems to do the job. There we go, very good. So, in terms of recommendation, yeah, the game's certainly fun. $7.99, that's your prerogative. If you find that expensive, then certainly that's your call. I know that $7.99 is like the cost of a lunch. Certainly I can see myself playing this through to completion. I imagine the game is, from what I've heard, it's like 2 or so hours long. No, not just... There we go. Give me your coins. I don't want that one to despawn. There we go. So yeah, $7.99. Not exactly breaking the bank at all. It's a short game, probably about 2 or 3 hours long. It does have a new game plus, so take that into account when making your choice of purchase. But I certainly recommend the game. It does play on that nostalgic... Oh, hello, I died. But we used the heart jar thing, so that's good. We get to come back straight away. But yeah, I certainly recommend the game. Pixel is a very renowned indie game developer. I have felt the kind of cave story vibes. It's not a similar game in any way. It's not very in-depth in that sense, but it's certainly a lot of fun. It's a more refined fun than Cave Story, I would say. But I'm certainly having a lot of fun with it, and I mean, $7.99 is hardly an expensive affair, is it? And with the soundtrack at $10 and the game as well for the $10, it's a good offer. The soundtrack's great. I'm still really thoroughly enjoying it. Yesterday I had the first level theme stuck in my head the whole day, which is kind of annoying, but at the same time I don't really mind because it's good chiptunes. Oh my... Right, okay, I died. I died because I'm waffling tremendously. I'm not actually staying on topic. So yeah, we'll try and clear this level out, and then once we've done that, we'll call it a day. Come on, it. Oh. Can I use you? No, I can't. It'd be nice if you could, like, stock up extra health. Like, for instance, if you pick up, like, a heart, say you get, like, an extra half heart or something like that. Of course, it doesn't work in half hearts anyway, so I'm talking at my arse. But, oh, no. I don't like these things at all. Why are they not dying, is the question I should be asking. I need more powerful weaponry. Maybe if we stock up more money, we can upgrade this to the level 2 fan. Oh, mosquitoes that look like wasps. Man, wasps are in every game known to man. Do you know, that's like the benchmark, the hallmark of an indie game. Does your game have a wasp? Yes, wasp enemy must be indie game. Oh, there we go. Oh, there's a CF. We'll go in there and we'll see if we can buy some weaponry. So let's see if we can upgrade. So the repeater costs like 500 to upgrade to the laser, which we don't have at all. This costs 30, so we're going to power that up. Yes, very nice. And we'll see if we can buy like an extra heart container. Yes, 12. Yeah, why not? So an extra heart container, 12 coins. That gives us 3 total, and it puts us back to full health. So the upgraded fan, slightly more powerful, I think. Yeah, it does like a little more damage. There we go, extra coins, always good. Mozzies, you die. There we go, very good. These mole dudes are rather scary. They pop out of the mud, and I think they spawn continuously. I don't think there's any end to them. They don't drop anything as far as I can tell, or at least the ones that spawn endlessly don't. There we go, you die. And we'll move on to the final boss of this stage shortly. The boss in this level isn't particularly difficult. It's more of a kind of multiple enemy rush type affair. As in, like, they rush at you, not like rush as in the band. Although if you were fighting Geddy Lee, that would be kind of fun. Oh no. Okay, we need some health. Health is imperative at this point. The coins will do though. Snail Man. There we go. Snail Man again. These gas bag guys, I don't really know what they do. They just kind of fly about and do nothing. They look like Kirby, kind of, or the ghosts from Mario. It's got a lot of traditional Nintendo enemy and level design kind of things going on, which I don't mind at all. It was the era that I grew up in. The Nintendo was the first real like gaming system that I owned. Well, I say owned, but really you could say that my parents owned it because I was like 2 and I couldn't own anything. I couldn't even speak properly. Right, so we've got some moles. We've only got 1 heart as well. It should be fine though. We've got a big mole that'll appear shortly thereafter. Hello, nurse. 1 more for you. There we go. Very good. And where's the big guy? There we go. Hello, nurse. Okay. I don't even know what he is. He's like a big fucking thing. So we're not really doing as much damage as I would like. On top of that, we've only got 1 heart, so the chances of me dying are pretty high. Whoop. And then kill him. Kill him. Oh no. So I think they start to come up with more enemies. Oh. We should hopefully get him in this next barrage. Oh, I've came too far this side. Oh no. Yep. I kind of had the feeling that would happen. I didn't give myself enough space. So we'll zoom back in. We've got basically a checkpoint right at the boss. I'll beat him this time with 3 hearts. It's not going to be difficult. Hello, lads. Let's get it on. So yeah, if this is your kind of thing, certainly recommend checking it out. At least have a check out at Pink Hour, the prologue to the game, the free version. It's like a free game where you plays like the little pink dude. That's available on Playism. Or if you fancy the game, certainly get a shot of it, because it is a lot of fun, and it does really like kind of hark back to the old Nintendo days. And even if you weren't around then, even if that was not your era, certainly it's still a fun game to check out. It's something. There's probably something here for most people if you enjoy a kind of simple affair of running and gunning and shooting and upgrading lasers and all that kind of fun stuff that video games have. So we're probably going to get this guy killed momentarily. I would imagine the next barrage. Yeah, we've got him on the good side. Okay, this is fine. He'll die. Oh no. Get out of there. And we get our final weapon for this particular play anyway. The bubble gun. It's like it bubbles shots which actually float on water, which we'll see in a second. Well, maybe not. Yeah, there we go. So they have like kind of buoyancy, which is nice, and we'll go up here, and then I think this is probably a good point to roll off the episode, because I don't want to go through too much, because it's not a very long game. In fact, there's a guy in here, if I remember correctly. What are you doing? Man, thing. Where'd he go? I've never managed to kill him yet. That's the 3rd time I've encountered him, and I've never managed to kill him. Anyway, Kero Blaster, very fun game.